Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Sholahuddin Bashir. My number is 40. I'm from Telecommunication Engineering, APIS 2017. Here, I would like to review of papers that I find last time in internet. The first paper is high frequency band automatic mood recognition using deep learning. The authors from this paper are Bengiahu, Al-Safaris, Antonius Sordos, and Tariq Alawadi. The journal name of this paper is EAAA, and the publication of this paper is in 2018. And the paper have 5 pages in the papers. And what is the purpose of this research? The purpose of this study is to identify and recognize the availability of spectrum in high-frequency band without prior knowledge with deep learning and take modern communication protocols into consideration as well. And the materials and procedures from this paper, there is training and testing, and that is to spread dataset are required in the ConfNet network, and the testing dataset is acquired by hardware and the training is simulated by software. And then what is the result of this paper? The result show high accuracy in classifying multiple communication modes, and the ConfNet network is effective in automatic mode classification. And the last conclusion of this paper is to recognize the spectral occupancy and increase the transmission efficiency in high frequency band. They also analyze the modern protocol and nodes and conclude 3 principal features that are generally considered. There are tone number, tone spacing, and tone interval. The advantage from this paper is able to provide an overview of efficient transmission at high frequency, and the deficiency from this paper, it still ignores tone interval, so transmission is assumed to be continuous. Okay, next we go to second paper. The title is Forward Error Correction in Passive Ultra High Second Generation Communication. The authors from these papers are Charlie A. Albright, Spencer A. Kaiser, Luke W. Oakley, and Daniel W. Engels. The journal name is from EAAA and published in International Conference on RFID. RFID is Radio Frequency Identification. The publication from this paper in 2015, and the pages of this paper are 8 pages. So what is the purpose of this paper? There are 2 focus or purpose from this paper. Number 1, they focus on this last approach and analyze the performance impact from using forward error correction codes within the APC identifiers. And then they also focus on general reply message consisting of the PC bit and the APC bit. So what is the materials and the procedure to get the research? Number 1, they utilize 2 FPC codes in their work, that are Hamming codes and Reed-Solomon codes. And then they also using the Python programming language. They develop a simulator that mimics an RFID transmission movement environment. And then the result of this paper, there are two results. Number one, they get a 5-step process of basic simulation of flow. Number one is receive an input message and then encode the message, and then number three, simulate the encode message, and then number four, record the receive message, and number five, determine if an error remains. And the second of the result were very conclusive. At every noise radio test, FEC could outperform the traditional CRC method. And the conclusion from this paper are: number one, the use of FEC code in ultra-high frequency RFID communication reduce the number of bits sent up to 76% and has an average transmission rate as low as 0.61%. Therefore, the use of error correction codes should be a necessity within the second generation tech communications. And the second of the result, the use of RS16 should increase the maximum communication range, reduce the size of nodes within the red zone, and increase the identification rate due to fewer retransmission for text located at all range. The advantages from the paper there are that is use of FEC codes in ultra-high frequency RFID communication can reduce the number of bits sent up to 76% and have transmission rates are as low as 0.61%. So it needs to be used in the communication process. And the efficiency from the paper, they have not found that the FEC code can run on traditional CRC methods. And then, what is the implementation of the paper to final project? Okay, the final project is about RTTY, or radio teletype. RTTY is a program that listens to your sound card audio input and tries to decode FSK modulated signal. The signal can be found in high frequency bands and are commonly known as RTTY or radio teletype. So from the first paper and second papers, we can implement the error correction on the receiver side in RTTY, and then we also can implement efficiency in transmission process on the high frequency band in RTTY. So that is the implementation from the paper 1, the first paper, and the second papers. Okay, thanks for your attention this video. Thanks for your watching this video, and thanks for your attention. See you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.